everyone! What is good? Welcome back to the channel. This is Silver Hyena, and for today's video, I finally got these two to come together. Now what this is one of those custom palettes I made out of a Pokemon card tin. I will have links in the description below. And there we go. I only had 12 colors, so I've still got space for something else. I'm either gonna do mixing or shop for some more gouache to put in there. But they are complete. Or at least mostly complete. Now then, before I even put the gouache in here, I had to test it out just to make sure I liked it, which, again, link will be in the description below. This stuff was pretty dang good for inexpensive gouache, so if you're looking to get into it, consider picking up some of this. It's cheap and it works well. What's not to love? Okay, so we're going to be working with some gouache, but what am I going to be doing with it? Well, I had done an EB for one of my favorite YouTubers on here, Real Breaking Nate. Love that guy. But there's also another Pokemon YouTuber that I absolutely adore. He goes by the name of Leonhart. I will also have a link to his channel in the description below. A lot of links going down there today, but there you go. Anyways, he's another one of my major inspirations. One of the people that I watched and I went, oh my gosh, you can actually do this. So, as a thank you to Mr. Leonhart, I wanted to draw something nice for him and paint something nice for him. Let's get started. What do you say, Topaz? She agrees. Just a moment. Alright, so first things first. We gotta transfer this onto this. This is the Strathmore 400 series watercolor paper, and yes, this time I actually made sure that it was on the watercolor paper. Okay. So get this. I realized that as I did this isn't even on the watercolor paper. This is on the separator sheet. This is the watercolor paper. I didn't even notice. What am I doing? What is life? Yep, I actually did that. Big oops. Anyways, let's not make a repeat of that. And, get to it. Got my handy dandy Col-Erase colored pencils here. Time to get started. So the original idea behind this particular design was not only incorporating a Pikachu, since not only is Pikachu on the featured gouache palette tin thing, but Leonhart also has a Pikachu on his YouTube avatar, so it's very fitting, I think. And of course, Leonhart absolutely adores Natu. Natu is king. Leonhart does this thing on his channel where whenever he pulls a Natu card out of a booster pack or any kind of card opening thing, he always calls out, "Natu! How do you do?" Of course, he does it a lot better than I do. Course, so just make sure you go watch him do it. It's amazing. I just love it whenever Leonhart does that. It's so quirky and fun. So I really wanted to incorporate a Natu into the design. I mean, like, it's for Leonhart. It has to be there. Because, as stated earlier, Natu is king.
As for transferring the sketch, I'm worried that the yellow Col-Erase pencil wasn't showing up very well on camera. In fact, if I'm being honest, it wasn't showing up well in real life either. So I made the executive decision to bring out the Pitt Artist pens early. I thought about painting over the pencil and bringing in the pens later, but with the visibility issue, I made a judgment call. Alright, here we are. The line art is all done. And we are ready to get to the painting. Alrighty, so what we need now, some paint brushes, our awesome and adorable gouache palette. Look at that. Although I figure that I'll actually use the Pikachu here to try and color match. And I've got this little beauty out for a nice reference for the not to there. Just don't want to get any paint on that. And this is the gouache palette that I had used in a previous video. However, it's okay to use it in this one because these are the exact same colors in the Pikachu, so I don't feel any guilt about recycling this. Besides, I've already got a bit of the pale-ish neon green of Not To. I've already got some ready to go, so I'm gonna use it. Oh yes, and very important, you gotta have your cups. One for clean water, one for dirty water. I gotta go fill these up, so I'll be back. Oh, also, you'll want a piece of scratch paper. That's also very important because before you put anything on that, you want to make sure that you got the colors right. So with that being said, I think we're ready to begin. Got my handy little spray bottle here. So I'm just gonna spritz this. And it's time to get started. So I'm gonna, while I love this green, I'm gonna test it first because I might need to add a bit more green and yellow to it. Yeah, that's looking a little bit pale. Maybe a bit paler than I had originally intended. So let's grab some more of that really, really bright green. Mix it in there. Okay, yeah, that looks a lot better. I like that. And boy, those doggies are noisy today. Now, gouache is a type of watercolor. It just operates a little bit different from your standard watercolor. Whereas watercolor is transparent, gouache is much more opaque. Oh wow, that is, I really like that. That is a nice green. I really like that. And just like with watercolors, you want to work and slowly build up those layers. Very important. That's why you want nice thick paper so it can hold all of those layers. Those dogs going off, I'm tempted to just start howling. Growlith. I'm such a geek when it comes to Pokemon. Okay. Here's the Not To card. while it may not be an exact match, it's not half bad. There we go. I'm gonna add a little bit of yellow. It's nice bright yellow. For the green. Let's just add a little bit of that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that looks good. I like that. Oh yeah, that's amazing. There we go. So far, so good. Yay! I love it when a piece actually comes together. Anyways, I'm gonna speed things up, but I will give you my thoughts on the process, so stick around. Now, as stated earlier in the video, I have used these gouaches before, and I really liked them. These are the Master's Touch, which is the Hobby Lobby store brand. I've only used gouache a few times, barely enough to be considered a handful, but the few times that I have used gouache, I've found that I really enjoy it. Seriously, if you've been considering trying out something new and different, give it a try. Post below, have you used gouache before? I'd really like to know. Do you enjoy Pokemon? Especially Pokemon cards? If the answer to either is yes, I seriously cannot recommend Leonhart's channel enough. He's always just so enthusiastic, he loves what he does, and he's very knowledgeable about Pokemon. It was Leonhart and Real Breaking Nate that showed me that this is possible. I remember when I was a kid around the 9 to 11-ish range. I don't recall exactly because this was a very, very long time ago. I used to get booster packs with my meager allowance as often as I could. Then some other kid that was way older than I was made some sort of snide comment about how I waste all of my money on Pokemon cards and that Pokemon is stupid. I need to grow up. Blah, blah, blah. And being as young as I was, and at that particular age, you know, the age where you look up to teenagers, teenagers are full of wisdom and knowledge. They're far more advanced than you could ever hope to be. I kind of fell out of collecting Pokemon cards for a good long while. Like years. And I missed out on some great sets when they were first released. they'd be considered vintage sets now. I'm talking around the tail end of the original gold and silver sets and getting into the ruby, sapphire, emerald, the 3rd generation sets. Thankfully though, I didn't get rid of my current Pokemon cards. I still have all of my old Pokemon cards. I never got rid of them, I just never added to the collection. I mean, I still loved Pokemon, still played the games, but I fell out of the TCG loop. Until I began working for the first time. Let me tell you, working in fast food is no picnic. And once I was getting more money that was mine, I decided to relive a bit of nostalgia and pick up some Pokemon cards, you know, for old time's sake. But instead of just getting boosters, I took it a step further. I decided to pick up some of those fancier sets. The boxes with pins, figures, and other goodies. The things I always wanted as a little kid, but my parents would never get for me. When I was younger, money just kinda slipped through my fingers. Okay, getting a little off topic. Reliving some childhood nostalgia plus fantasies was a great feeling. It took me years to figure out that the words of some older kid I hadn't spoken to in a long, long time, I don't even remember his name, didn't matter. Why should it? If it makes you happy, isn't that what counts? Then, I discovered that there were people online that opened up packs and sets of Pokemon cards in front of a camera and make a living off of it. That's amazing! I'd like to do that! Of course, there's also plenty of people who draw in front of a camera or paint in front of a camera and can make a living off of that. I'm trying to do that too. But perhaps Pokemon cards aren't such a waste of money after all. Anyways, this was a very, very long time ago. Nowadays, if I see a new set of Pokemon cards, I grab them. Because I can. Remember, just because you have to grow old doesn't mean that you have to grow up. Life's too short for that. Enjoy things while you can and don't let other people ruin that for you. Pokemon is forever, and it is awesome. I do a mic drop, but I paid money for it, so you'll just have to settle for a pen drop. Here. There. Good enough.
And there you have it. Seriously, this was so much fun to work on. I really enjoyed it. Check out Leonhart's channel. It is amazing. It is a wonderful, beautiful, all-inclusive Pokemon-based community. I will have a link in the description below. Check it out. It is amazing. It is fun. It's a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. Well, that's all the time we have for today, I'm afraid. Please be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This is Silver Hyena, signing off. Stay creative, everybody. Bye!